foster youth employment outcomes are so far below the national standards. So if you can imagine, it's the middle of the night, you're 14 years old, the police come to your house, and because they've been here 5 times this month, you're not really that shocked by it, but some terrible things have happened at your house. And the police call CPS, and CPS comes, and they take you into care. And they tell you, well, when your mom is doing better, when there's not violence in the home, or where mom becomes sober and she's actually with it and she has housing resources, because you're probably staying at a weekly. If you have somebody who can come into the foster care system and kind of help you and guide you and mentor you, that can be a CASA, that can be somebody through a career readiness program, they can teach you about what to expect in the real world, how to act, how to react, and also connect you to resources that you might need to learn what you might like to do as an adult. When I was 5 years old, I went to a OBA club with my parents, and it was a speakers club. And I remember I was twirling around in my little red dress, and somebody said, what do you want to do when you grow up? And I said, I'm going to be a lawyer just like my dad. He was a mentor. But if you've never had a positive mentor to teach you that you can attain things, it's very difficult for yourself to think about what you could be if somebody hasn't helped you find out what you can be by giving you a positive example and positive words of encouragement. Kids in the foster care system experience about 100 times more negative comments about their appearance, their abilities, their life than kids who aren't in the care system. So it's important to think about that. So I love mentors. I love mentors. If you've ever heard of the Power of 5, the Power of 5 is each one of us, and I want you to think about this for you, who are the 5 people to help you become who you are today? People who encouraged you, loved you. That could be a teacher, a parent, a grandparent. That could have been your best friend's mom. But there's at least 5 people. Kids in foster care are lucky to have one. So don't underestimate the value of a great mentor. Somebody to connect them to an internship. Somebody to go through a program with them and teach them about the military versus vocational school versus other programs that you might be interested in. And think about that. Like, I have a kiddo who's serving in the military. Today in court, I had a kid who was aging out and he was going into the Army. And I said, thank you for your service. And he said, what? And I said, you're going to hear a lot of that in the future. But nobody had expressed to him before what the military was even like. And so it was really fun to see him kind of fall into this because he had a good, positive mentor. So understanding the difference, what is a trade school, right? A lot of our kids don't know that. They don't know if they go to a barber school, then that's a trade school. So they need to know their options. And so there are so many out there. The other things are how to manage life while you're trying to go to a trade school or go to college or do something else. That's hard. Self-determination is all about believing you can be something different. Asking, who am I? What am I good at? What will I become? And this is really interesting because the results were this. The study result was, the results support a significant relationship between career readiness programs for youth exiting foster care and increased employment opportunities. It makes a difference. So, let me ask you, who helped you navigate your future? I'm just going to tell you, we all had somebody who helped us navigate our future and make us believe we could become who we are today. Somebody had taught you grit, and grit is the confidence that you can make it through and survive the struggle. Foster kids do not generally have grit, but mentorship programs can teach them that. So I just really want to say, you hold in your hands the happiness of more people than you can imagine. So I hope tonight you'll find it in your heart to have compassion for others, to remember that there are a lot of kids out there that are really struggling, and all it takes is one, the value of a mentor to get them ready for their future and to expose them to what their future is. So thanks for letting me talk tonight. If you have any questions or any law students, send them my way. Thanks.